In this video, I want to talk specifically about how DIMLI is a workflow tool. And what we're going to be talking about is how to create an order. Now, an order is any type of image request that a user gives you. Typically in our case, a faculty member hands us a book or a group of slides, sometimes even native digital files. And what we have to do is to be able to put it into DIMLI in order for us to be able to digitize or track and also catalog them. So the first thing that you want to do is go to Orders, Create Order. From here, you are going to be talking about who it is for, when it is needed, and also start to put in what it's from, as well as how many images that will be needed from this. The great thing about DIMLI, the latest version, is that we've now tied the patron into the user table, meaning if that person has ever requested anything before, you're going to be able to quickly access their name, and it will link all orders to their account as well. So just by typing in a few letters, I can now say that this is part of Vivian Fried's order. However, in the case of this, I'm going to say it is a new person. Mickey Mouse is the person who requested. They're from History of Art. Mickey at Disney.com. Mickey Mouse is fantastic. He's giving us a full month to be able to work, and it is from the Disney's Greatest Hits, which is a book. From this drop down, you have a choice of a number of different options, all things that were listed in VRA Core 4. And then you also have the ability to put an image count, 1 to 200. Now, the reason we put a 200 max is it allows it to be something that is manageable. You don't want an order that has 1,000 images in it and then you be spending weeks and weeks and weeks working through one order. This way you can actually start pushing things through, and it also allows you to separate large orders or large requests into smaller manageable pieces that multiple people can be working on at the same time. So in this case, I'm just going to say that there are 6 images. The source ID is an ISBN, and then you just have a series of numbers. One of the new features as well is the ability to bring in and have DIMLI recognize existing file names. So if you have, whether they're native digital files or a specific naming convention that you want to use outside of DIMLI's 6-digit auto-incremented number, then you will want to check this box. And this goes whether it's all the images in the order or just a very specific number, 1 out of 6 or what have you. So let's go ahead and click continue, and that's going to move us to the next panel. And this allows you to punch in, for instance, because I selected that it would be existing identifier for each image, it allows us to do that. However, if for some reason I did not want to have the auto incremented numbers, or I left images off, it allows us to, if you did not have an identifier for each of the 6, it'll just default to the primary key, which is the 6-digit auto incremented. But let's, for the sake of experimenting, click back, and let's do what we typically do. And we're just going to click continue, and that allows us to put in the page and figure numbers for this. And you can just use the tab key to bounce back and forth, say that it is top right. If for some reason all of a sudden you wanted to change your mind and only do 3 images, you can always hit the trash can on any line. You can add a line in there and say 23 bottom. And when you click submit, you want to click and then just move your mouse over to the right in order to confirm. Now, one thing you will notice is as soon as I click this confirm, it's going to know that Mickey Mouse is not actually a user. So what it does is it allows us to add that user in the same panel. So we're going to say it's Mickey Mouse. It brought over the email address in the department. You can select whether they're an end user or a staff member, and Mickey and We'll just say Mickey Mouse is the password. Click submit. The user was successfully created, and it went ahead and created the order and took us directly into the order, or as we sometimes call the order HQ as well. In the next videos, we will talk about how to work through orders in the order panel, and also how to assign a project to a specific person.